Hi and welcome. We're the Weasley sisters. I'm Naturally Nitty, aka Jessica, and this is our 106th episode.
Yes. I didn't change that. Did you change
I
that?
totally did.
107.
Oh no, I changed the episode.
Oh, okay, you did.
Yeah,
Then never mind. I am Allena, also known as Starnitz. This is our weekly podcast where we talk about everything knitting, crocheting, spinning, sewing, house cup, and other things wise. So, if this is your first time watching, welcome. If you're coming back, thank you so very much. We love you.
we do. So, grab your knitting, pull up a chair, and craft along with us. Mojo, do you have any?
That's fine.
Huh?
No.
I made this hat
Oh, cool.
on Saturday. I was going on a little road trip type thing, and I had nothing to work on, so I grabbed it and started.
Oh, I like it.
And then, like, if I wanted to, I could fold it up if you don't want it super slouchy.
That's cool. When I saw that on Instagram, because you said I may or may not have made this hat, I was like mad because I'm like,
I'm sorry.
but then I like cranked out some stuff later, so
You
I was
did. You spun like a crazy person. No, I had like 3 hours in a car plus like other time. I'll talk about it later.
I have no mojo, so whatever.
Oh, and I was totally gonna turn that hat in for detention because I already had done 6 classes and I forgot to.
Oh,
So, no 10 points to me. That's it. Okay. Works in progress.
I do have a works in progress, and I have a project page that I just made. I am also making a slouchy hat.
Awesome.
This is with that course bun that I did from Fat Fiber.
I love how striped it is.
I started doing it with the pattern, what the pattern says, needles, but the yarn is a little thinner than that, so I um, went down to size 9 needles and then up to 10, and I upped the stitches a little bit, and I put that on my project page, but I'm
Oh,
gonna
good.
put
I'm glad you did.
so
You could be done, I think, almost.
yeah, I have to decrease.
Okay.
It looks kind of like a Rasta hat, doesn't it?
Yeah. That's what I kind of do. I like the fact, though, when I have my hair up in a bun, like, you look like a complete, like, fool, like you do right now. Just kidding. But, like, I always wear them and I look like I have an alien head. But I like that it fits over my hair. Like,
Yeah, and this is like really heavy because it's that coarse line.
it'll keep you warm.
But
That's awesome.
so yeah, but I need to like decrease a little bit, and then I'll be done. And I was gonna try and finish it to turn in 5 classes last month, also known as last night. And at like 12, I was like, whatever, I'm going to bed, and I put it down and went to bed. And I didn't even turn it in for partial points because it was going to be for charms. That's how dedicated I am. I was mainly just annoyed that I wasn't finishing my owl, so I was like, forget it, I give up. That's what I was.
Yeah. So, well, sometimes that happens.
Forgetting Order of the Serpent first class ever. So, while I still try, I never ever will get it.
You might.
Well, that's what I was feeling last night. Then I gave up because I am not good of a
You're funny.
person. How about you? Works in progress.
I am working on a pair of socks. I started today. Hopefully they will be for my newt. Well, their plan for part of my newt, and hopefully it'll get approved because I started today. I'm using Knit Picks Felici Sport in the colorway Southwest.
Oh, cool.
Um,
Well, that's the thing with newts. You're allowed to start, but you have to be able to rip out if we
I know.
come
So,
back and say you need to do something different.
but I needed something, to do. So here they are. I also proposed my newt. I am going to make the boys' blankets this term. Yay.
So you decided to do it because you were thinking about.
Well, yeah, like Gabe had said something about his blanket and stuff, and I was like, I'm just gonna get it out of the way. Finish them.
That's nice.
Because who knows if I'd want to the term after. I mean, that would be 4 months from now, and like,
Right.
I'd be so over the blanket thing. So I figure like, while I'm on it, I might as well just keep going. So yeah. So I'm doing it as Defense Against the Dark Arts, practicing repelling the Cruciatus Curse because I just made 2. So that's what I'm, and Transfiguration. So that's what I'm doing. But that's it for works in progress. So you spin me right round.
I have lots.
Okay, you go.
I have been missing my wheel the past how many months? Like I spun a little, but then like the past couple of, like last month was like the month of sewing.
Yeah.
Stuff. So I got some fiber. Remember I showed it to you last week from Gwen Aaron, and I had this younger yarn called Don't Drink the Kool-Aid. So I did a mashup, and I spun the Gwen Aaron and then the Don't Drink the Kool-Aid.
That's awesome.
And I applied it together. I got 315.75 yards. It's a 2-ply. I got like 8 wraps per inch.
Nice.
Which says worsted.
Nuh-uh. Really?
Or bulk or Aran. But it's really kind of bulky.
That's what I would have said it was, just by looking at it.
Yeah. And it's super soft and squishy. And the Gwen Aaron was Falkland, and the younger yarn, which was the green, was Rambouillet, which I really liked spinning. It's super soft. It spun really nice. Like, it spun so nice that plying with the 4 ounces of Falkland, which the Falkland spun nice too, but plying with it, I had enough left over to do this. And I Navajo plied this one with itself, and I got 93.5 yards.
Wow.
So that was a lot of singles there.
Yeah, because that's like 300 yards of singles.
Yeah.
Right there.
So
very cool.
That is the green, and it is so bright. Like, the pictures don't do it justice. Like, it is so green. Yeah.
Very cool.
So then I did that. So I turned this one in for Ancient Rune. This one was Defense Against the Dark Arts. It represents the Grindylow in Lupin's office.
Smart.
That's how I turned it in. And then I was like, I'm not done spinning. I can spin something in 2 days. No big. So I pulled out this. I have a vacuum seal bag behind my couch full of fiber that I get, or just the brighter stuff that I want to spin. So I pulled it out, and about every month I'll pull it out and dump it out and look through it, pull out the stuff I want to spin, and then put everything back in, like the stuff that I don't think I'm going to spin right away, it goes in the bottom, like that. And I have lavender sachets in there, Anyways. So I pulled it out, and I was like, I want to spin something. I want to spin something bright. So I pulled out this llama. You had given me some llama sometime.
Okay, yeah.
dyed it a long time ago for a different class. And I dyed it in a rainbow. So then I spun it. And this is super bright. And I Navajo applied this as well. And it was about 5 to 6 ounces because I had like a bunch left and I just dyed it all, I guess.
Yeah.
And I got 153.5 yards Navajo applied. And this one was about 9 wraps per inch, which is worsted Aran. It's a little bulkier than that. I don't know what I'll knit with it, but it was fun. And it like goes from red to orange, etc., like a rainbow. But the whole time I was spinning the orange, I was singing to it that it was ugly because I didn't like it. It's like a burnt. I was, because I really don't like orange.
That is not nice.
The yarn really didn't care. Though I did, like, after I was done spinning the orange and I started on the red, I looked down and there was a piece of orange fiber that I dropped, like, at least a yard of fiber not spun.
By accident?
Yeah. So what I did is I just spun it on the rest at the end of the red and then broke it, like, put it on an ostepine, broke it off, Navajo applied the red, broke it, and added the orange, and then like that. So it's actually still continuous. But look at how ugly that orange is. It's like 70s orange. It's like a burnt sienna orange. It's ugly. That is why I was singing to it, that it was ugly. I'm telling you.
That does not make me happy.
Like, I can be okay with, like, bright orange, but, yeah. Whatever. I'm making it known that I don't like orange, and I just...
That's totally fine.
So anyways, but yeah, so they're all washed and dried and ready to be knit into something. What? I don't know. Cool. This, like, rainbow scarf would make, like, a nice scarf. There's enough to be a scarf, I think.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I don't know. I'm not thinking about knitting or spinning anything right now because it's a break month, which is actually a big fat lie because I need to go down to the basement and think about newts. But we'll talk about that later. So, what are you spinning?
Nothing yet, but I am going to do a custom spin for someone on Ravelry who doesn't spin. Sorry, I didn't want it to crinkle. So I'm going to spin these up for her.
Ooh, those are pretty.
Into some fingering weight yarn. So I'll probably start that maybe tomorrow or something. Cool. Or maybe even, no, not tonight, because I have new stuff to do. Yeah, maybe tomorrow.
Cool.
But that's it. I don't have anything.
Oh, okay.
I'm kind of boring.
So next up, we have sewing. I haven't sewn anything. I did cut and iron a bunch of stuff. I'll be sewing tomorrow and the next day.
Very cool.
Because ever the procrastinator, I need to get my fat fiber samples in. They were due on the 1st. So, I started them yesterday. Actually, I just kind of forgot about it, and then I was like, oh, wow, April. Whoa.
Yeah.
So then I'm working in, and luckily, you know, if I priority mail them, I can get them there in time. So, yeah. That's all. After sewing, we have gym. How'd you do this past week?
I did once.
That's good.
Yes. I'm counting it as a win.
I did nothing. I put on workout clothes and then used the bike as a end table for like mugs of coffee and stuff. Yeah. I was like so out of it and tired this whole past week.
Yes.
So
yeah, you had those shows, so I guess.
But I'm telling everyone who participated in our challenge, whatever you did is good because you moved more than you did before.
True.
So don't feel bad. You're moving, because if we had asked you 3 months ago, you would have been like, I did nothing. Instead
Right.
of, I only did it half. You know what I mean? That's better.
That's why I said, like, I only actually failed 2 weeks where I didn't do anything. The rest I did something,
And I'll be sending out
and that's
the
a win.
yarn to you. I'm going to try and give you what you guys wanted, but a lot of people like the same stuff, so it's just going to have to be that way. So, yeah. I thought of a new challenge for next term. We're going to start, it's going to be more like a swap, kind of. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to sign up for it, and then I'm going to assign you a person secretly. It's going to be secret, and you're going to knit socks for someone else who's doing it.
While cardio knitting? Like, do they have to be your cardio knitting socks?
Or
not necessarily?
Not necessarily,
Okay.
but it would be kind of cool if it is, because a lot of times I won't work out because I can knit a hat for myself later. You know what I mean? So if you're knitting for someone else, and yeah, that might get a little gross, but you just wash them before you send them. You know? What do you think? Should we have them so you cardio knit them?
At least part of them.
Yeah.
It should be your goal. I think it would help me need to and want to cardio knit more.
Yeah. And I figure if we do like a self stripe, like you can do any pattern you want, but if you just do a plain vanilla sock,
yeah,
with like striping yarn for your partner, that would be cool. But I'm gonna make like a sign up, and it won't be for a week or two. But I'll make sign ups where you sign up, tell your address and your shoe size, and then measure your foot, and then like your colors. And then at the end of the challenge, you send it to your partner.
Totally awesome.
It is, because I was like, how many times do you go to the mailbox and you just get bills, and it sucks? And then I was thinking, I was watching the Knit Girls, and they were like, I got socks in the mail. And I was like, I want to get socks in the mail. That's what I thought. And I was like, brainstorm. So then I texted Jessica, and I was like, what do you think about this? And she said, oh, that's awesome. So
that's totally awesome. So yeah, so that's what we're doing. I'm excited.
So more information in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Because it's a break month, which means we'll podcast every other week.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we can podcast every week, but there's not going to be much going on.
No, but that's okay.
Not there was much going on with me anyways, but you know.
That's okay.
Though I will say about the gym, even though I haven't been working out, I've been like watching eating less. So I haven't gained any weight, which is good.
That is. That's very good.
So, all right. Next up is random randomness. So,
sorry,
you
I was just
said
counting.
something you wanted to talk about all the abbreviations.
I totally forgot about that. Yes, my friend Fauna sent me a text. It must have been a week or two ago, well, last week maybe, and she said, "What do you consider a UFO? So an unfinished object, something that you've started and it's not finished, or something that you have purchased yarn for and not even started?"
No.
Well, that's what, like, she considered it. Like,
Oh.
So she kept telling, like, this is her year to, like, finish up all her unfinished objects. I'm like, I don't have any. Like, I finished things. And so, like, we kept going on like that for a couple weeks, and then she was trying to explain it to someone at her work, who's probably a non-knitter. But then she, like, asked me, and, like, so we differed on opinion, or, like, what, we considered it. So I just thought it was funny.
That is cool. I consider that something you've started knitting. Like, this is an unfinished object.
Right. Same with this. Well, then she's like, well, then what do you call the things that you buy, with a project in mind? I'm like, stash. I'm
Heck
like,
yeah.
I have a lot of that. I'm like, hence why I'm on a yarn buying diet.
And then if you buy roving, that's fiber stash, and then when you spin it, it goes from fiber stash
to hand spun stash.
Stash for
yarn.
knitting, but it's not an unfinished object because it's finished and ready to
it's
knit.
Yeah, it's finished being spun. That's correct. Anyway, so that's and then she's like, you should talk about that on your podcast. So here I am. So you guys can comment in the podcast thread on Ravelry.
I'm trying to think what other terms we as knitters talk about.
I don't know. I think that was the main one. Because she was like, I don't just buy skeins of yarn here or there. I usually buy something with a project in mind.
Well, if I buy a skein of yarn, it's usually sock yarn.
Yeah.
Because I know I can either make socks.
Right.
Or like a shawl.
That's how I am now. Like when I first started out, I wasn't that way. Or I'd buy a few balls of this and that. I really like kind of want to go through my stash and just like offer it up for free for shipping. Like all the stuff that I really don't want or need. But then I think of like all this last minute stuff that I do for the house cup and like I pull it from my stash for it. So I don't know.
Yeah. And I'm trying not to get more stash, even though last weekend proved me wrong. But I'm trying to like either spin more to knit from hand spun, or knit from stash. So.
Yeah, me too. I haven't really bought anything.
I mean, I could go through some of my stuff and get rid of stuff. For sure.
I was almost thinking of making up a box and sending it to Madison.
My Madison?
Yeah, because she knits, right?
Yeah, you should see the blanket she's knitting.
I saw you posted a picture of her.
I'm going to see if it's over there. You talk to something.
I don't even know what to talk about. Okay.
Oh, she took it upstairs.
Bummer.
So yeah, I'll see if I have the picture on my phone. So she took it upstairs. So I showed her how to do a mitered square when I was doing my sock yarn blanket, which I need to finish. Which, did you see, who was it?
Acacia.
Yeah, Akasha 19 something.
A new
she
student
finished a sock yarn blanket. Amazing. Like, I sat here and watched her the whole past 4 months, and I was like, seriously, I'm doing something wrong. Because she rocked it. Big time.
Yeah, I don't know how she did that. That's a lot of knitting.
I'm going to see if I can find that picture of Madison knitting her.
She also did say that if, she should never do that again, though.
Oh, yeah. Well, I believe her. And, I mean, I got, like, not as much done as that.
Yeah. Well, I wonder how many she had to do a day.
I don't know.
Or even a week to finish that.
Fast, you know, and I am not one of those people. I've come to realize. Okay, so this is like a really bad picture. Okay, let me turn the backlighting up. Up?
Down.
Yeah. No, because that makes it too dark to see.
Yeah, but then it doesn't glare as much. Right? Go down and
Anyways, you'll have to look on my Instagram thing. So, Madison's knitting this mitered square blanket out of all my acrylic yarn that I gave to her because I was like, I don't want it. Like the Red Heart Super Saver crap.
Yeah.
Because that's how much I care. I give her the crap.
She's a new knitter. You gotta start out with like that.
She likes it. Well, and Andy likes it too, so I'm like, ew.
Yeah.
You can have it. I'll keep the good stuff. Anyway, so she's been knitting that for Bella. And she's like, you can't put that on Instagram. Like, she won't let me take a picture of her and put it on Instagram.
Because of Bella seeing it, or because she doesn't want to be on Instagram?
No, Bella sits right next to her.
Oh, okay.
Instagram is stupid, but I think she's just jealous.
She's totally jealous. Totally. Because Instagram is like anything
anyways.
but stupid.
Yeah. I took a picture of it anyways, and she was like, just don't put it on Instagram. I'm like, too late. She's like, I knew you were going to do that.
That's funny.
Like, all our jokes today that we tried to play on the girls, they were totally over it. They were like, whatever, April Fools. That's what they were like today.
I didn't do anything cool. I just saw that Stephanie dyed her milk blue. Needles and Swiffer.
That's like smart. Like, that's like thinking ahead.
I know.
I'm like, oh, let's tell the girls that they're, because I was taking them to the center today because I had some work to do. And I was like, let's tell them that the center's closed. And then yell April Fools. So we told them, and they were like, whatever, April Fools. I'm like, it didn't even like get out of our mouth, and they're like, whatever. Like, okay.
I guess the kids at school today, they had like a little assembly, and the principal said that they were getting out at noon. And, and Lee's like, yeah. Yes. And she's like, I was thinking that we had to call you guys because you didn't know that we got out early today because then you wouldn't have picked us up, and like, so that's like going through her head. And then he's like, April Fools. I'm like, that's so awesome yet mean.
That's the best April Fool's joke ever. That principal gets like 5 gold stars.
That's funny. I laughed.
Were they mad?
No, I think they all thought it was funny. Or at least my kids did. And Trubin had a crazy day today, like dressed crazy. So he wore his Batman suit to school.
The one with muscles?
It's not as muscly as the Superman one, but it was all Batman. And even had a cape that had the hat like attached to it. He was cute. And so then I was like, so did anyone else have cool things on? He's like, no. I'm like, oh. Like, he's like, Davis's hair was all messy. I'm like, well, that's crazy. He's like, no, it's not crazy. Like, okay. Like, I'm sure other kids did weird things, but like, it wasn't a Batman costume. So,
that's awesome.
And he wore 2 different shoes.
Oh, that's cool.
But I laughed at him. So.
Yeah. It was lame. I should think ahead next year and do more fun stuff like dyeing my milk blue or something.
I know, that was cool. But, alright.
Anyways.
So, I finally updated my shop. So
Yay!
it's full of awesome roll eggs. So y'all can go check it out. And I have a goal of updating every Sunday.
That's good.
Even if it's only a couple things. But I want to get on a schedule and do it. So, go me. I also joined the Fat Fiber family. And I made a bunch of samples. And I sent them out today.
Cool.
So, yay.
So, I've been after her to do this for a while. So, I'm excited.
Months and months and months.
Yeah. Like, a long time. So, it's cool. Because we are in a cult. Basically.
It's good. No, like, I mean, I want to, grow the business, so...
Yeah.
It's time. Trubin will be going to kindergarten next year, and I'll have...
You think that's bad? Madison's going to be in 10th freaking grade.
No.
And serious.
Well, I just meant, like, they'll be gone all day.
Oh, I know.
But I can have, like, real business hours of working for myself without children.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh,
but
no.
Part of the week this right now, right?
Yeah, he goes to school. He leaves. The bus picks him up at noon. Well, a little after noon. And then we pick him up at 3.
Okay.
And he doesn't have it on Wednesdays, so... No. He loves it, though.
He is funny.
He is.
So, also speaking about stuff, I'm having a 20% off sale before I load up my shop. I'm having a spring sale to clean it out a little bit and then load it up again. So everything that's not made to order or a club or scratch and dent, because scratch and dent's are already discounted,
Yeah.
is you can enter the code out with the old, all one word,
Very cool.
and get 20% off of your order. So if you've been waiting to buy a bag,
Now's the time.
And after the past couple of shows, I kind of like went on reconnaissance at like the Pittsburgh Knit Crochet show, and I checked out all the other bags there.
Okay.
And this is not me being like snobby or anything, but I kind of am. My bags were like way better than the ones that they had there.
Very
like
cool.
some of them were nice and they were a little different, but mine were like way better.
Well made. The ones from you have lasted a long time. They wear really well.
Well, and I mean,
that's for sure.
Like, here's a small one. Like, and it's just me, and it's just the way I sew. I'm anal about that stuff. But, like, on my zippers, I put ends.
Yeah.
Like, end it with, like, the lining fabric. And, like, I saw there they had some box bags, but they didn't have handles. How are you supposed to carry it around if you don't have handles? They had two two tabs that you could hook something on, but no handle.
You need handles.
Yeah. But that's just me being kind of snobby. But anyways, now is the time. And I noticed my bags are very reasonably priced for how well made they are. So, you're getting an extra deal with this 20% coupon. And that's all I'm going to talk about.
Yes.
And it goes through April 10th. So, yeah.
Coolio.
So, this is a break month.
Yes.
Which means total break. Like, I don't do any extra stuff. Like, the house couple have break month activities. I don't generally do them.
I did once in a while, but, like, lately I just don't.
Well, like, they did a reading one time, and I was totally down with that.
Yeah.
But now that I'm doing, we're on the Newt committee, so we have to go through and approve and work with those Newt students.
Yeah. We don't get a break. Although, you're not going to do a Newt this term? Are you going back to Owls?
Pondering it.
Okay.
I need to go down to the basement and pull out all my fleeces and see what I need to do, and then look at the
options and classes.
The options again, which they're all open to me because I haven't done a Newt, or I haven't completed a Newt, and I finished all my owls, except for the suspension owl, which doesn't count. No. But so I figure what I want to do is like wash the fleeces.
Okay.
And
process some.
And then I was thinking if I do it, I was thinking I might do the potions processing it, right? Mm-hmm. And maybe what's the one with the character study? Is that History of Magic?
Yes.
Because I think I have enough fleeces to put them as a person.
That's bad.
Normal fleece that is white, which could be Luna, and then I have a gray brown Romney. No, is it Romney? It's Cordell something. So that could be Hagrid. I have
grayback. Fenrir grayback.
I have other stuff too. I don't remember. I have another one that's like a whitish. And I think I have another one that's a grayish. Maybe I only have one gray.
You need to buy another fleece so you can do your character study on fleeces.
Well, I know for sure that I have some alpaca
that would be awesome.
Fleeces too. So those wouldn't require as much cleaning, but I would still need to pick through them. Like most of the, I have at least 4 fleeces downstairs. And the Cormo that I washed, I was looking at it, and it's still a little sticky, so I know I didn't get it hot enough. So I need to rewash everything, because I remember the last Newt I attempted was that Cormo one, and I must not have got it hot enough because it was still a little sticky, so when I was spinning it, it was just too chunky
Grabby.
and dense, which makes me mad. I wonder if I can unspin that and reprocess that. I doubt it.
How much do you spin?
Not very much, because as I was spinning it, I was like, this is not turning out how I wanted.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I failed this new, and I withdrew it.
Yeah.
I just said I failed it because I had turned in like 50%, so I wanted the points. But
okay.
anyways, so that's what I'm thinking.
That would be like a really cool dupe.
But then
and I'm a little jealous because I want to do
process like 4 ounces of each of the fleece.
Yeah.
And spin up a portion of it, and then I can like store it and say like this is how it would spin.
Yeah.
You know, like try different methods.
That would be cool.
Maybe, or just spin it. Because I'm not really a technical spinner. I just kind of spin, and how the fiber goes, it tells me it wants to be.
You could almost do like arithmancy with it, the spinning one, where you have a single, a 2-ply, a 3-ply, a chain ply, a cable ply.
Like half an ounce of each of those.
Yeah, like not a giant amount, but like
just to see it.
I'll sample them.
I need to get down to the basement and figure it out. Today was focused on ironing and nuding.
Cool. So when I went to visit Katie a few weekends ago, I got this cute little like old kitchen cabinet thing, because like one of the drawers is like an old bread box, because it's metal and it has like a slidey thing. It's really cute.
Because I have not seen anything on Instagram about this.
Yeah, huh?
No. Did I like it?
It's that.
Oh, I did see that.
I didn't post about the bread box part of it. Well, this big one here is the bread box.
Seeing the big part of it. I just remember you showing the little handle not fitting.
Oh, well, I did the big picture earlier that day.
Wow.
So, okay, so then I went and got handles. Because I wanted to switch. I hate gold. Like, with a passion, I hate gold. So, I went to the store, like, all by myself. And I picked out these awesome black ones that would match, like, the black lip around the whole top. And they looked really cute with it. Well, they're too big. And, like, at Home Depot, they only have certain sizes. They have 3 inches, like, for the pull handles. They have 3 inches and 3 3/4 inches. And this one was small, or mine was smaller than 3 inches. And then, like, so I had, like, everyone and their mother on Facebook, like, giving me advice. And that I could, like, putty it in and re-drill holes and touch it up and this. I'm like, really? I just want it to be functional, because I wanted to use it for my drum carder, and I'd store different things in there. So I said, screw it. I'm just going to paint the old handles black. I haven't done it yet, but I took them off and I put the cabinet, like, I cleaned it up. It was all like, it had been sitting in Katie's garage for like years, so it had not really mold, but maybe it was, I don't know. Cleaned it up, put new contact paper in the drawers and stuff, and put it over there, and my carder's on it now. It just doesn't have handles right now.
Question.
But it's totally awesome.
Why was it in her garage and not being used?
It was her aunt's.
I'm jealous because I need storage.
It's really cute. I like it.
But was it that egg blue?
It's more like a minty green, but yes.
Because on there it looked like an egg blue.
It's like, it's really close to a green or a blue, like, depending on.
Cool. That's fun though. I like that stuff.
But
yeah.
It's more greenish, so I think.
Those babies and you'll be happy.
Yeah, that's all I'm going to do. So I need to clean them and, like, sand them a little bit and then put a primer on them and clean them.
I was going to say, you can get that, like, Rust-Oleum that looks speckly. So it's like, or sparkly. And it'd be like the spray-on shoes from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatball. How awesome would that be? The sparkly black.
Yes, I remember that.
Anyways, okay.
That's funny. So
Uh,
I was excited about that.
I'm excited for you. Like, all kinds of good things are happening for you. You did your Etsy store,
I know.
and you bought your own domain name,
I know.
and now you
Naturallyknitted.com.
have storage,
What?
and you have that storage, and you have a fancy kitty drum carter. I'm kind of like
Well, I had that
jealous.
up for a while now.
I know, but
Okay. Um, no, I'm just excited that I'm actually using my stuff, and
I am excited for you as well.
I've always wanted to. Like, my dream is someday to have a farm and have some sheep, maybe an alpaca or two, with a donkey, because I hear they keep the sheep safe and they will, like, kick the crap out of coyotes.
Okay,
Like,
I wish that you had money right now because where I teach knitting is
yeah,
at a floral shop. I drive right by an alpaca farm, like
okay.
18 plus acres, and it's for sale.
That's totally awesome.
And they have like on the barn, like every time I drive by it, I'm like, I want this place. I want this place. I wish I had money because I would buy this place in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Like, if we won the lottery, I would go over there and buy it like crazy.
And then I would move in with you.
But, well, there's 18 acres, so you could build a house.
Yeah.
But anyways, the house is like a big old farmhouse, like with the cool wraparound porch. Which
I want a porch. That's like my dream.
I know. Then they have the barn, and then the little paddocks for the alpacas. And there's always one alpaca by himself because he's bad.
He's a boy.
Yeah, he has to be by himself because he beats up on the other ones.
Yes.
But sometimes he's with the other ones, but most of the time he's not because he's bad. But he's this pretty brown, and he has like hair, kind of like my hair at the top. Anyways, then off the barn, like there's the barn part in the entry here. There's like greenhouse like windows. Not greenhouse, but they're like it's like a whole windowed off section off the barn, and I'm like, that would be a perfect sitting area for a yarn store. Don't you think? Like you sit and knit in the brightness.
Mm-hmm.
I've like scoped that place out. I wish that we had an aunt or an uncle that was a millionaire that left us something.
That'd be really awesome. Someday.
It only happens like that in the movies, so I understand that.
I'm just thinking, this is like 10 years out. I'm starting my business up small, and then 10 years from now, hopefully.
But
we'll see.
Anyways, I pass that every week, twice, every Saturday, and it makes my heart hurt because I'm like, I want that place so bad. But anyways,
very cool.
What were we talking about? New things. I got a new computer. Can you tell the video?
Yeah, it looks a lot better. We'll see when I upload it, but it is a lot clearer. So
I've been saving for like over a year. Remember, I saved and I almost had enough, and then I needed a new printer like 6 months. So I used half of my money for a printer, which is fine because I use it. And then with our tax return and the homespun yarn party, I raised enough again to get a new computer. So I bought it. But I'm kind of having like heart palpitations because normally I don't spend that much money. And it wasn't very much because I went to Staples and I just bought, a laptop.
Yeah.
But I bought the warranty with it, but I didn't buy like Office or anything because I already had it. But it's not letting me activate it, which annoys me because my old computer's dead.
Yeah.
So I'm not using the Word and stuff on that computer, so I should be able to activate it on my new computer because I already paid for it once. I'm not paying another $300 to use it on a new computer, but they're just being dumb. So I'm like, whatever. If it doesn't work, I don't care. I'll just use Google Documents because
that's what I do,
and it's free. But where was I going with that? So I'm like having like freak out moments. Like, I can't believe I just spent that much money. Like, Andy's like, are you kidding me? You've been saving for that. I'm like, I know. He's like, it's exactly what you saved for. It's exactly the price you saved for, and cheaper because it was actually on sale. And I'm like, I know. I'm just still like freaking out about it. Like,
That is funny.
but one good thing, not one good thing, but another good thing about the homespun yarn party, I told Bella she would help me like punch holes because I used my like business card as a tag, and I have a star punch. I don't know if anyone ever. I don't think anyone but me does this, but I got a star punch.
That's very cool.
So all the punches you'll notice now, people will notice all the punches I use like for my shrinky dinks and stuff is stars. Look for it. Sometimes they're not, but most of the time they are. Anyway, so I had Bella. I gave her the hole punch, and I told her to punch holes to use it in my because I use it as tags, and then I put like the washing instructions on the back and the price. So she was complaining about it, and I'm like, if you help me and I have a good show, because she's been saving for a new bike, I was like, I will contribute. Did I tell you this last week?
You told me, but not.
Okay. I will help contribute to your bike. So then she was like, and like, because she was complaining about doing it, because I was like, well, the 2 weeks before the show, I was like, all fun activities are null and void. You are working. Like, child labor. Like, Madison made all the buttons for me. And then, so anyway, so I told that to Bella. So Madison got, she doesn't want a bike because she has a bike. So Madison got a beta fish with this like glow thing. So I helped her with that. And I, you know, she helped me a lot. And then Bella, I helped get her bike, and she got this new red bike, and she's so excited about it, and she loves it.
That's awesome.
But then Andy, that was the funniest thing. She's like standing up there like, what?
I thought she was gonna come around and come on my lap. That's why when I heard, I'm like, oh my gosh, you're naughty.
Oh, that was so funny. Okay, I'm like crying. Okay. So Andy, okay, on our way home from the homespun yarn party, Andy's phone. Did I tell you this last week?
I know I've heard it, but I don't know if everyone has.
Okay.
If they have, oh well.
In my stories, just call me Grandma. Anyway, so on the way home from the homespun yarn party last week, Andy had plugged in his phone to charge it, and then he unplugged it, and it got really hot and shut down. And wouldn't turn on, nothing. So we needed to get a new phone, which we were planning on getting him a new one. We just needed it to last a little bit longer than that. Yeah. So we switched him down, because we do straight talk, and we had our old phones, which were like keyboard, like old phones, not smartphones. And we switched him to that one for a little bit, and then luckily, you know, like we got our tax return, so we could like buy him a new phone. And we went with the Republic Wireless, which if Jessica holds up her phone, you will know what his phone looks like, except for the pink. His is just white. Oh look, I see myself in it. But so he got one of those, and we like turned it on. He had to get new phone number and everything. But I went on, because we had had straight talk before that, and the phone we had gotten at Walmart like 2 years ago, and I bought the plan for it, the $5 or whatever it cost. I think it might have been $7, but that was breaking the bank. So we paid for the replacement thing, and it was still within the plan time. So I like submitted a claim, and we got like the money back for that. So then Andy got a new bike because he's been needing a bike, because there's this bike trail near us, and we've been wanting to do it. And I've been looking at those bike cruisers, the cruiser bikes, and but then Andy wanted a new bike, so he used that money for a new bike. So I have like half of the money saved for myself to get one of those cruiser bikes.
Very cool.
And yeah, we're gonna be a bike riding family this summer. So
It's fun. We like it.
but yeah, that's a lot of the craziness that has been happening the past couple of weeks, like breaking things. And so the moral of that story is, if you buy stuff from Walmart and they offer you the replacement plan, pay the extra $5 because it's totally worth it.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, anyways, but he got that Republic wireless phone and he loves it. Like, he plays with it
Good.
like crazy.
I love it too.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to talk about.
I went last Saturday to the Wisconsin Spin-In.
Oh, cool.
It's a small fiber fest. Like, maybe 30 vendors. Like,
that's cool. That's like what, well, the Homespun Yard Party is a little bit bigger than that, but that's kind of like what the Indie Knit and Spin in Pittsburgh was like.
yeah. But, I mean, it was nice. I went with my friend Charlene. And it's like an hour and a half away. That's why I knit the hat. Because I needed it. Well, I didn't need it, but, you know, sitting in a car and then walking around, I had it to knit on.
Knit?
What?
Does Charlene knit or spin?
She crochets more, mostly. She can knit a little bit. Or, I mean, she can knit, but she prefers to crochet.
I've never met her, but I've heard you and Katie talk about her a lot.
Yeah. She's who we go to rendezvous with.
Oh, that's cool.
Anyways, so I'm in the mindset, like, I know I'm on a yarn diet, but I'm also in the mindset when you're at a fiber fest, it's okay. Like, not to go crazy, but it's okay. Like, you're allowed to buy something.
We can't talk because I brought home, like, how many, like, things of wool
Right.
the other day.
Right, but then I'm also of the mindset that I have a large stash.
Yes.
So lately, and this has probably been like this for the last like year or two, except for fiber on like Etsy and stuff. That's my weakness. I will buy random things here and there, but I haven't since the beginning of the month. Yeah, like hence my stash. That's like all my fiber, and there's more. But anyways, so lately I have not. I was like, I don't need to buy one skein of this or one braid of fiber. Like, if I'm gonna buy something, I want it to be able to make a large something, like a sweater, because that's what I like. So that leaves me with like fleece,
Yeah.
or, you know, whatever. So there was pretty things and it was cool, but I was like, like, I don't need anything. Then I found this one shop and they were selling, they had some acid dyes for sale, and they're cheaper than what I've seen here at my LYS. So I was like, I'm gonna get some because mine are all running low and I need to dye some up because I'm using up a good amount of my Rolag stash of, you know, to make Rolag. So I need to dye some. So I bought 6 different colors and I'm excited about them. And what else? Oh yeah, I also got a hand cream from this guy that makes soap, goat soap, and the hand cream is really nice. It almost feels like it's not hard like the lotion bar, it's a cream, but I forgot to grab those things. I was going to and I forgot, but it's in a little glass jar, and I forget what all it has in it. Lanolin, probably beeswax. I know there's lavender, and some other things.
What dye is it?
What?
What brand of dye?
It's Country Classics. That's what my yarn shop uses, and that's what I use to dye Mom's fiber for the sweater, the brown.
Yeah.
And I liked it. It was nice and easy and dyed well. So
And I thought the colors turned out really well with that.
yeah. So yeah. So I bought dye. I'm excited. I need to have a dye day. Like, I wanted to do it yesterday or today, but it just didn't happen. Maybe tomorrow I will. We'll see. But that's it. It was fun.
I don't have anything else to talk
It
about.
makes me want. I can't wait for like the Wisconsin Sheep and Wool Festival, like a big festival where like it takes you all day long to see all the shops. Like I think we walked around like 3 times. Like first we looked at everything, and then I looked again. I think she got something, and then one again, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get the 10.
Well, that one's around your birthday, right?
What? Yeah. No.
Last year was.
That is the Midwest Fiber and Folk Art Fair. That's smaller, too, than the Sheep and Wool Festival. And the Sheep and Wool Festival, I'm guessing, is like your Maryland Sheep and Wool.
Yeah.
Like it has animals and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, I do have to talk about that. So I want to go to Maryland Sheep and Wool.
I do too.
I think I'm gonna put a thing out on Facebook to see if anyone here locally has like a camper that we can borrow, so we can like camp that weekend. Because we don't want to like camp in a tent because we have a tent.
Yeah.
But it's probably gonna be pretty chilly. Because I was like, if we could go Saturday and Sunday, that would rock my socks.
That would be cool.
But if anything, we might just drive up on. Usually we'll just go on Sunday and do the house cook meetup.
That's cool.
But I'm totally all for both days because that place is so big, it's not even funny. And the girls get annoyed when, you know, I go and I just sit there and talk to people because they like last year they were like laying on the ground like, and I was just like, whatever.
So maybe I should drive to you with the camper.
So there you go.
And then you and I can go and camp out.
What the thing is, Andy really likes going to those things too because it's like a fair. Like, and he likes watching the sheepdog things, which we didn't get to watch it last year because it was just me and the girls. And but we did get to watch the sheep shearing last year, which was a lot of fun.
Always fun.
Anyways, Maryland Sheep and Wool's coming up like in a month.
That's crazy. All right. We've chatted enough.
Sorry.
We'll see you guys later.
All right.
Bye.